Hey everyone, welcome to week 5 of fantasy football. I was getting ready to prepare for the studs and duds, and I just said that kind of bores me. So I'm moving on. I'm doing something different. I don't know if it'll be the same every week or not, but no stud, no dud. I want to give props to two people, which would be myself and to John Davis, because I've been pumping the Ben Baker, Nick Reichel. They got great teams. They're going to dominate all year long. But at this point in time, John and myself are also 3-1, standing right next to them. So, props to both of us for hanging in there. Maybe overproducing a little bit, or maybe just being smart when we drafted. Who knows? I also want to go to the "I'm afraid you might suck" category for the 2-2 teams. There's 4 of you. I looked through your teams, saw buys, injuries, all those things, and so I checked your benches, is what I'm communicating. And I'm afraid that Aaron and Andy, you might suck. As in, I think you're currently 2-2, but you might drop to worse than that as the season goes on. And I think you're going to be struggling, kind of stuck there, right in that borderline, trying to make the playoffs. The other 2-2 teams, I think you're going to kind of separate yourself from them. If you're 1-3, you probably already suck, and you got to figure things out right now. All right, let's get to our matchups for this week. All right. Sorry, I got to pull it up on my phone. This week, our matchups should be... There we go. Myself versus Ben Black. All right. Ben, a 1-3 team, I might add. But I think you're a better 1-3 team than some of the other 1-3s. I'm not that excited about Ingram being back. Kamara's a beast, and I don't see why they're going to start handing the ball to Ingram and splitting that time again. So, with that, and I'm not a Derek Carr believer, I think McCaffrey's going to get his first touchdown. I think I'm going to roll, and I'm going to win this one. Moving on. Next is Nick versus John. Good matchup. 3-1 versus 3-1. Probably game of the week. Quarterback's a wash. I'm not huge on Freeman, so I don't know why. I've just never liked him a whole lot, so he kind of makes me nervous. And I think Landry might have a harder time against Baltimore. He's kind of coming off a little bit of a knee problem, didn't play all week long. But on the other side, just explosive with Barkley, Thomas, Hill. I really like Boyd in Cincinnati, so I think Nick rolls and separates himself there. Next, I have a great Thursday night showing for Drew. Really needed that. Going against Ben Baker, who I think suffered a hard loss last week. So, yeah, I think that's who I beat last week. Regardless. So, basically, this is, can Ben Baker catch back up? And here's the crazy thing. He's already predicted to score more points, even though you had 33.5 from Brady and 10 from Edelman. So, here's what I think. I think Green will probably have a good game. Cook, I'm just iffy on him. But here's what I know. Rodgers looks a little bit weak. There's just no flash on the other side. Beckham and, there's Jones. Hilton didn't do anything. I think this is going to be when Drew pulls a little bit of an upset. So the guys that Ben needs, I don't think he's going to get this week, and he already played a dud in Hilton. All right. Next is Aaron versus Jim. Jim's kind of the hard luck guy of the year, putting up a lot of points but not winning games. And again, I like Cousins to Thielen. Thielen seems to be a beast, and I've already mentioned Kamara. So on the other side, only getting 8.8 out of Grant, and you have 2 guys in your lap named Grant. I don't even know who either of them are. You lose. Moving on. Next would be Tyler. Getting a pretty good game from Andrew Luck, but then kind of getting washed over there by Sony Michel and Gronkowski having good games. So, here's what I think. I think Tyler still has too many Browns, and they're not ready yet. Njoku drops the ball. Johnson's not being featured like you would hope, so he's got to get a ton of points from Brown and a ton of points from Luck, and I just don't see it happening. Finally, you put Ridley in, so he's probably not going to get his touchdowns, so I'm going to go ahead and say that Tyler loses, and Andy wins on that one. Hey, maybe you won't suck, Andy. You'll be 3-2. Next is Chris versus Heiser. All right, Heiser, this Le'Veon Bell thing is killing you. But you had a good game out of James White, so that's great. But I don't think you're going to win. Too much Matt Ryan, too much Gordon. The Rams seem to be unbeatable on offense, even against the legion of not boom anymore. Diggs, everyone had a 30-point game. You're done, Heiser. Pack it up. 1-4. It's over. Start thinking about who you want to draft next year. All right? That's it. I will see all of you never because we don't live near each other. But good luck to your teams. But most importantly, good luck, Browns.